What an amazing view here in Kenmare, County Kerry. Now imagine a cooking show with loads of fun, laughter, but most of all, great food. Welcome to Treyvaud's Kitchen. Coming up on the show today, I don't believe you're too busy that you can't cook. You might be able to go to the markets, but you can certainly go to the supermarkets. We're gonna make two beautiful pasta dishes, a lovely penne pasta with chorizo and chicken. And then we're gonna follow up with tagliatelle and smoked salmon. Then after that, how to make a stunning courgette frittata. You're gonna absolutely love that one, guys. And to finish it all off, I've got a great little twist on an oriental salad. To start off, let's get cracking on our penne pasta with chorizo and chicken. Now there's a guy sitting at home and he's looking at this and he goes, he said it was penne pasta. That's not penne, it's fusilli. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Don't go by recipes, don't go by time, don't go by certain amount of ingredients. If it's not there, just use your head. Penne pasta, it's fusilli for today. I've got a pot of boiling water here, guys, that we're gonna cook our pasta in. And we just get this pan on very nice and low. So chorizo, tomato, it doesn't matter how you say it. We're just gonna prepare it and we're gonna get it off frying nice and gently because you want all the lovely natural oils coming out of the chorizo. So we just go straight down the middle and peel off the little bit of a skin. Now, our water's come to a boil, as you can see there, and we're gonna bang in our penne or fusilli, whatever pasta you want, orzo, it's all good. Throw it straight in. And it's basically just the packet times, you know, some of them are 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 minutes, whatever the packet says, that's exactly what we're doing. You know the way people say put in oil and put in salt into the water? I think that's nonsense. I think just cook it, and then we've got our oil and our salt and everything in. It's going so quick and we're cooking it so fast, it's not gonna stick, and we certainly don't need to season it because our sauce is gonna be nicely seasoned. So, our little bit of chorizo. You wanna kind of cut it bite size, you know, you don't want to have too much of a mouthful inside on the go at the same time. And there's no butter, there's no oil, there's nothing in the pan yet. And we're just gonna pop that in. And you want to start it off nice and slow because you want the natural oils coming out of that. So you'll get the chicken here, just peel off the skin. This is a recipe I don't think you want the skin because it's not gonna crispen enough for you in it. So take up the breast of chicken. This one's got its little bit of its fillet on it as well, so just take that straight off. And we're just gonna, again, cut it up in bite-sized portions. Start to finish, if I wasn't talking, this would be done in the length of time that the pasta's cooked. So you're talking 10 minutes max to get this done. And I'm gonna throw a little bit of the leg in as well, just to show you. I'm a bit of a leg man, I have to admit. I think there's much more flavor in the leg anyway. Basically, again, we're gonna peel off the skin off that. Just pull it straight off. It comes off nice and easy, look. Simple as that. And just bear that in mind. If you're going from chicken to this to that, just give the hands a quick wash, okay? But heat kills all bacteria. So, the chicken, there's a little natural ball and socket joint there, so we go straight through. That's your drumstick. And that's the thigh of the chicken, okay? So let's just take out the bone that's come in the middle. Now, good pots, good pans, sharp knives. So we follow the bone straight down the middle and we're just gonna take the straight out. And that is our bone out. Now, beautiful thigh of the chicken and it's nicely boned. We'll cut that up now in a sec. Straight down through the drumstick. Again, you can just use two breasts of chicken, but I love the different texture and the different flavor that's in this. There we go. Pull down the meat, get to the end. How long that take? A couple of minutes, and our chorizo is screaming out to say, let's take it to the next level. So let's put our chicken back in here and wipe down the board, turn it over. A couple of spring onions. Now, mushrooms. What mushrooms do I use? Whatever you can find. So I think that's enough of that. A couple of these guys here. this stage, we're gonna hit the heat, full blast, because the chorizo has now released its oils. So let's turn it up and get seriously cooking. Get it all nicely mixed up. And just set it aside here for a little bit. And what we're gonna do is add in a little bit of our chicken. Now, I keep telling you in food, lads, season, 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 all the time. It's so important that we season at the right time. So we're gonna put in a little bit of pepper. Fantastic. And a little bit, I always only ever use flake rock salt. A little bit onto that. And I keep telling you, dried herbs. Why? Because you can get them anywhere at any time of the year. And I love the flavor of them. Fresh herbs are great too. And basically all I'm doing, I'm just giving a second for the chicken to cook up, and then we'll mix it all back up again. Everything good to go. Let's throw in a little bit of garlic now at this stage as well. I have to admit, I love garlic. I put it in literally everything. And maybe that's just why I'm so beautifully handsome and perfectly healthy all the time. Back of the knife this time, not the blade, the back of the knife. This is now your garlic crusher, okay? Turn the clove, face it down, and use the back of your knife and just kind of shave it off it like that. And you see the way it's not slicing it, it's kind of crushing it, okay? So I don't know what you pay for a garlic crusher, but I've now just saved you a fortune. And then use the blade of your knife and then just crush her in like that. Beautiful. And we're gonna throw it in now. If we threw, there's a big tip now, okay? If we threw the garlic in at the start, it would burn and it would start getting bitter. That's why we're putting it in now at this stage. So in we go. Look at that. Okay. A little bit of white wine. And listen to it again. See the way? Nice and calm. Everything just kind of slows down a little bit. Whack the heat up full blast now. Okay? Give that about 30 seconds to reduce. And now we're just going to add in a little bit of cream. Whack the heat full blast up again. And while I'm waiting for that to simmer, seeing as I have it, I'm going to have a little glass of wine. I'm going to wait for that to thicken. I'll empty out the pasta and we're pretty much there. See the way I can nearly pull the spoon out back like that? That is absolutely perfect. So now we're gonna pour in our pasta. And how long did it take, guys? Literally a couple of minutes. And as you can tell, I love my Parmesan cheese. So let's just grate in a good bit of that here. 5-10 minutes in the supermarket, you get all your ingredients. 5-10 minutes at home, and you've created an absolute cracking little dish like this. So this is for the guy who thought he caught me out when he said, "That's not penne pasta." You're dead right, but it's damn tasty. Look at this, absolutely beautiful. Bit of the chorizo, the mushrooms, absolutely stunning. Cooked in a couple of minutes. A little bit of our cheese on top. Oh yeah, always remember, a bit of green, a nice little bit of garnish. Look at the difference of that now and just one simple little bit. It completely transforms the dish. I'm gonna throw a little bit of pepper on top. That's how you cook pasta. A little sprinkle of olive oil. First dish done. I'm too busy, I can't cook. Nonsense. Pasta with chorizo and chicken done in minutes. Enjoy. Now, this half is all about two really quick and simple pasta dishes. I have a pot of boiling water, nothing else in it, and I'm now gonna turn it off. These are brilliant things. If you don't have anything like that, just use like one of the sieves or something like that. Most people will have a sieve at home. And this is just plain, simple cooked tagliatelle. And we're just gonna put it straight in, as simple as, and we're just gonna leave it in the warm water. That way it won't cook anymore, but it's gonna warm it up nicely for when we're going. Look at that, perfect. In Ireland, and in particularly here in Kerry and in Kenmare, we are blessed with some of the most amazing smoked salmon. So I'm going to do a beautiful tagliatelle pasta with a smoked salmon and whatever I have, and we'll work a few bits and pieces. I might have to go over there later on. We'll work on a few bits and pieces. And I'll turn on my heat. There's gonna be quite a bit of olive oil because this is gonna be more of an olive oil based sauce as opposed to cream and all that kind of stuff. A little bit of olive oil and a little bit of butter. I will be putting more oil in at the end. Slice your red onion. The heat, you only want a kind of medium heat. You want to bring this up nice and slowly so we're not rushing ourselves, okay? When you cook an onion like this slowly, it also kind of releases more sweetness into it. So we're gonna pop that in. Lovely. I told you already, I love garlic. We put in 2 cloves into this one. Perfect. Pick it up, put it in. Now, work with what you've got. That's what's important. So I got a lovely kind of it's a bit of a Thai yellow curry paste, Thai red curry paste, Thai green curry paste, whatever you, you're nearly in trouble there. About a teaspoonful. Put that in. Gonna season, not too much salt this time because the smoked salmon is that little bit saltier. A little bit of pepper. Smoked salmon and pepper, absolutely fantastic. And we're gonna throw in a few chilies. I have a few chilies here, so whenever you're cooking with chilies, guys, don't ever rub your eyes afterwards, okay? If you do, you'll know why I warned you not to do it. The smells already is absolutely wafting through the room. Stunning. Now, we're gonna show you a couple of tomatoes here. We're gonna throw them in too. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna core it and I'm gonna skin them. I'm gonna show you a very quick way how to do it, okay? So straight down, quarter it. See the knife, just slide it in underneath. Take out your seeds. Now, so here's what we do. Straight down the quarter into a little half like that, and just put your knife down on the skin and just slide it down along the skin like so. And if there's a little bit on it, don't worry, but there we are, taking the whole skin straight off the tomato. One tomato, no skin. Technical term, it's a concasse. Now I want to keep these big enough, maybe just cut them in half, because if I was to put them into the pan and leave them there, they'd go to mush. So I want to keep this, I mean, they are soft anyway, but I want to keep it with a little bit of a bite, and so you can actually taste it in as well and see it in it as well. Absolutely perfect. How long is it taking us, guys? It's not taking long at all. Smoked salmon and capers, we've all had it on brown bread before. It's beautiful. It just gives it that little bit of a bite as well, a little bit of sharpness to it. So we can throw them in now. A little bit of the brine and the vinegar goes in, that's perfect. Is our smoked salmon. Kind of a rough slice on that as well. This is beautiful. And we're pretty much good to go. So a nice scoop of butter. Watch that melt and ooze. Look at that. Put a bit of that, a little bit more of our olive oil. I told you it was going to be more of an oil-based sauce. That's exactly what we want. And now we're going to throw in our smoked salmon and our tomatoes. I forgot a little bit of fresh tarragon, stalks and all. That's beautiful. Fresh tarragon can be quite strong, so just a little bit. Don't overpower it. Now, okay, let's get ready to serve. So, bang it up, full blast. Listen to the pan. It's beginning to kick off. That is lovely. The pasta, when we put it in, is hot, so that's going to finish off the smoked salmon. That's going to finish off the tomatoes as well. So let's go in with that. This is done in absolute minutes. Love that sizzle. Now, the money shot. Oh, the director goes wild for this kind of stuff. This is normally when I spill it. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Full blast. Get the tongs so we mix and match. Absolute cracking little dish. So easily done. Loads of colour. And I've just realised I have nothing to serve it in. So have a guess what I'm going to be serving it in. That's right. Bring it straight down to the table. Exactly like this. Put it right here. Get one piece of smoked salmon so everybody knows exactly what we got in the dish. Let's put a bit of yellow, bit of colour into the back. Lovely piece of lemon. Look at that. Seconds. A little bit of fresh tarragon. These simple little touches that literally take seconds. A little bit of green on top. Perfect. Finish it with a twist of pepper. And if I have learned one thing in this show, it is do not upset who's in charge of continuity. So I gotta go wash the glass and stick it back up there. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a few. make a beautiful spinach and ricotta frittata. Just a bit of an old dollop or a knob of butter, perfect. I have a little bit of sesame oil there. That's not necessary if you don't have it. Now, let's just throw in our spinach. Remind me to keep an eye on that pan. Start off a little bit of olive oil, rapeseed oil. You'll never see me cook with coconut oil or coriander. Hate the damn thing. Beautiful little shallot or a spring onion, whatever you find in the supermarkets. So what is a frittata? A frittata, basically, we can call it a fancy name for an omelet. I've got some smoked garlic. Beautiful smell of it. Actually, you know what? Half a clove is enough. Now, listen to the pan, listen. As our onions are softening away, give our spinach a little bit of a stir. You can see the smoke coming up there now and the steam. That'll only take seconds. That pan is missing something, a little bit of butter. In we go. Perfect. Courgette. We'll cut it down maybe in 3. So again, this is really something done really quick and simple. It's a great family dish. And our spinach, look at the way that's wilting down. Okay, let's throw in our courgette. I got this purely because I saw it. It's called, I've never heard it before, a graffiti aubergine. I just got it because it looks cool. So we're gonna throw that into the recipe too. Rock salt, a little bit of cracked black pepper. That's just my dried oregano or my mixed herbs, my Italian seasoning. I always cook with dry herbs. There's a little bit of curry powder. So look at that. See the way it's all wilted down nicely? Flatten it out a bit like that in the pan. So, free range, whatever you can, get the best eggs they have inside in the supermarket. What are we looking for before we add in the eggs, okay? This is very important. We're looking for that to be ready because as soon as I put the eggs in, they're gonna start cooking. We're gonna add in a little bit of our spinach now. And let's pour straight in. And you hear everything kind of calm down at the same time. So get our spoon in there and start moving things around like so. Now, so this is exactly what we're looking for. It's kind of setting around the sides, it's kind of setting around the middle, underneath at the bottom. The top just needs to finish it off. So at this stage is where we're gonna add in our little dollops of ricotta cheese. And ricotta and spinach, it just works so well with each other. And we're gonna finish it off in the oven. So now we're gonna make our beautiful little pea and feta cheese salsa. Frozen peas, we all have them, okay? Put them in, feta cheese, crumble it in. Olive oil, pepper, fresh mint. Dried herbs are great for cooking. Fresh herbs if you're not cooking. A little bit of fresh lime juice. Look at that. Oh yes, look at that. Oh, absolutely perfect. Can you see the way it's almost 100% set? And that's what we're looking for. You want just a little bit of give on the frittata, so it's not 100% set. Let's see if this works. If it doesn't, we're in trouble because I've only made one. Okay, so go in with it, nice and fast. Thank God. A little bit of our salsa on top. And a big bowl beside it so people can, you know, see it all oozing all over the place. Beautiful spinach, ricotta, frittata, peas, feta cheese, salsa. Try it. So we are gonna finish off the episode with a beautiful Asian style fish salad. I have sea bass here today. You can use sea bream, you can use pretty much whatever your fishmonger has. I'll show you how to fillet the fish first of all. We're gonna snip off all his kind of little gills and fins and all that kind of stuff. And we're just gonna snip down along. You don't have to do this, but it's just kind of, it's nice to clean it up a little bit. Take them all off. We'll just throw this guy here for a sec. I have a filleting knife, okay? So a filleting knife, what is it? It's basically the blade is a lot more flexible. If you don't have it, just use another knife that you'd have at home. So come straight in. We're gonna come straight along the backbone here. You can remove that one if you want, but we're gonna do this nice and quick, so don't get too caught up on it. We're coming straight down along the backbone. straight through here. Straight down through the side. Take your time with it. I said it's great to kind of practice these things at home, but do it on the cheaper fish. Don't get a Dover sole or something like that and say, I'm going to practice on that, okay? Get one of the cheaper fish. Then you just push your finger down along here. If you've done it right, there's no bones in it. But if you ask your fishmonger to pin bone it, that means he'll take out all those bones for you. That's your simple little kind of seafood, how to fillet a fish lesson. I have a whole array. What have I got? Mange tout, courgette. I don't even know if I'm going to use half of these things, but we'll throw it in and finish up with an absolute cracking little dish. So first of all, Asian style. So we're going to use a bit of like Asian style influence. So we got a little bit of wasabi here and just put in. It depends how spicy, how hot you like it. So a little bit of Japanese or Chinese rice wine vinegar, mirin is what it's called. And put your fingers on top so not too much comes out. So we've got my beautiful sesame oil and a lovely little bit of walnut oil and only a little bit of teriyaki because I don't want it to be too dark in color, so just a little bit, just to give it that little bit of flavor. Perfect. Now this is probably a salad for, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 people. But again, if you want to make it a great showstopper for a dinner party, put it onto the plate, into the middle of the table, and everybody helps themselves. Beautiful. Okay, what are we looking for? A bit of whiskey. And a little bit of cracked black pepper. The rock salt now as well. So whisk up our dressing. Don't mix it through all the salad until we're completely at the end, because otherwise it starts to wilt everything. Okay, what are we going to put into it? Well, let's start off with a couple of mange tout. Beautiful baby courgette. Baby sweet corn, you see it everywhere, okay? So let's put that in. Bamboo shoots. That's a big spring onion, isn't it? Remember, I'm always talking about seasoning. We've seasoned the dressing. That's very important. We have beautiful artichoke hearts here. Very strong pickled ginger, so you only need a little amount. We got a couple of these guys here. So let's start putting everything into our bowl. Our fish might help. Okay, so here's what we want, right? My little filleting knife again. The end of the sea bass tail, okay? It's a little bit kind of tougher and chewier and it won't look as good. So we're gonna throw that into the salad. The nicer slices that we get, we're gonna use that as a garnish. Little tip, but it's nice. So slide your knife down, look at that. This is so important. You gotta keep this nice and thin. So you want nice thin slices, a bit like the smoked salmon that we did earlier on. Nice thin slices. And also always work from the head down to the tail. That way it slices nice and easy for you. You see how it's coming off there, look. Nice and simple. The little more stringier bits, in we go. And we're gonna start presenting the dish already. And again, remember what I said, guys. It's all about mixing that at the very end. That's really important. Keep that in mind. So we've got a couple of little mixed leaves there as well. Throw a few of them in. Oh, what a dish, what a dish. Okay, I saw this in the supermarket. You'll never remember the name, but a big tomato. Just keep that in mind if you're in the supermarket. Look for a big tomato or a beef tomato if you can remember. So let's go with this, look at that. Very thin slices. And when you're using tomatoes in cooking, guys, especially for a salad, don't have them in the fridge because there's no flavor in a cold tomato. Keep them at room temperature. Look at this, absolutely fantastic. Okay, let's throw this here. Okay, so let's start thinking presentation. How's this gonna look really good? Well, this is how it's gonna look really good. Look at that. Just look at the colors on this. I know the director gets excited when we do that kind of stuff. Look at this, tip one on top and flick it under the bottom so it looks beautiful. Season, season, season. We've seasoned here, we haven't seasoned that. This is what's important in cooking. A little bit of pepper. A little bit of our flaked rock salt. That's the only salt I ever use in my cooking. You know what would be nice? A little bit of our sesame oil. Just, it's amazing. Those tiny, simple little steps, that's what makes a difference. Now, a little bit of presentation on our fish. So maybe one here, one there. We'll figure it out as we go along. Beautiful. And now we mix the salad, okay? So we haven't wilted anything. Now it's kept nice and fresh. So just be careful. Don't like throw your hand in there and start mixing it like hell. You're gonna bruise everything. Make sure we get everything nice and shiny, nice and coated. That's the difference, okay? Get it all coated with the dressing. Okay. Now see if we can do this without making a massive mess. That's the actual dish. How easy is that? How cool is that? It's another episode in the bag. Don't tell me it was a great show. Tell me you cooked the dish. Do me a favor. Try these dishes and don't ever tell me you're too busy to cook again. I've just shown you that's nonsense.